As long as I can remember, I have loved being outdoors in nature. My family moved up here when I was around 6, and quite frankly, I don't really remember anything before that, so as far as I'm aware, I've pretty much lived in the lakes my whole life. And we used to go on lots of walks up the fells and around the lakes, even if I didn't particularly enjoy it most of the time. And the older I got, the less we went out, as we were able to refuse and stay home instead. So I kind of lost my appreciation for where I live. Okay, so there's 2 deers in the country woods. We've just seen a few. I think there's 3. I think there's 1 female and 2 males. And we were just in this uppermost hill, which is where I'm heading. I'm really out of breath. And I think they're about here somewhere. So I don't want to get too close, but they're very curious. So I'm hoping they won't run away really fast. So I know them to be on this side of the hill. And they tend to go down the side to drink from the river below before coming either back up on the hill or around to the other side of the woods, where I know they like to hang out. So I'm hoping if I sit here, I should be able to capture them going round. I only gained this back when I was around 14 or 15, after having really struggled with my mental health and depression and school, and I kind of locked myself away for a long time. And I never left the house, I never went on any walks, I barely talked to anyone. It wasn't until I got some help through the NHS and my parents and even my friends. And the main strategy I got from my counsellors was to get back outside, to get doing stuff and busy again. So this spot is somewhere I've been before to take pictures of barn owls, but they obviously weren't feeling it tonight, and I ended up seeing lots of geese and pheasants instead, so it wasn't a complete loss. Now, living in the Lake District as a teenager, there really isn't much to do other than the obvious, which is going on walks. So that's what we did, and during this time I really gained my appreciation back for where I live, and I really started to gain my passion for photography and wildlife in general. The main thing I would do at this time would to go down to the lake with my mum in the evenings. She would go for a swim while I'd be left sitting on the beach with my music on, and without much else to do and no signal, I'd start taking pictures. Day 3 in the woods. We've been here already and we've taken, well, today I've seen quite a lot, and the flock was all packed. What do you call a group in here? I don't know. They were all over there in the woods, and I got some good ones of them, hopefully. But they all went down in the valley, down that way, I think towards the river. So I am now sat on top of the hill with my camera, hoping that they will come back through this way, and I will hopefully get them on camera again. Yeah. Around the same time, I had to choose my options for year 10 and ended up doing photography as a GCSE. This lesson ended up being the only lesson I'd go into school for and actually attend, as I really struggled with the school environment due to not only my poor mental health, but also what I now know to be my autism. So going out and taking pictures really helped me get better. Having finished my GCSEs, I had to figure out what I was going to do next, as I knew staying on for sixth form really wasn't an option. And I soon ended up at Carlisle College studying media. I was a bit apprehensive at first, as I was still very much focused on my photography, and I stayed like that through the year, but I really did start enjoying the filming process of it all and the behind the scenes and doing all sorts with the camera instead of just taking still pictures. And I think this really has opened up what I want to do in the future more. I was fortunate enough to see them and spot them straight away, which was very helpful. But there was this one doe who was very interested in me, and I don't think it was necessarily in a good way. But she came right up to me. She was having a proper look around. You can't necessarily see her now, but she is just behind that bush, scoping me out. But she did eventually leave to go and join the others, so hopefully she didn't think too badly of me. I ended up passing this level 2 course with a great distinction on my wildlife photography, and I was really quite proud of that. And so the next year I went up to do the level 3, which is what I'm doing now. And this year, instead of focusing on my photographs, which is what I've been doing for the past 2 years now, I wanted to try and get into the more filming side of things, specifically, obviously, wildlife film. I am wishing to complete this course with the end goal of either going into the industry or going to uni, and with the aim of eventually becoming a wildlife camerawoman, as it's something I really want to do and something I've dreamed of for a while now.